first thing is we've come off the back of some difficult times for sure, and we're not completely through that, but we're certainly had to weather a hell of a lot. Obviously, it's a bit of a new beginning, and we've got a lot of players away, so you need to be mindful of how that's going. But everyone's looking for good players. Everyone's looking, the challenge for us, I think, is we're competing with teams that have huge budgets compared to ours, and everyone knows that we won't go over old ground. We've got to cut our cloth accordingly. So I think the challenge for us is not necessarily that sets us apart. We can't afford to make poor decisions. So we have to spend a bit more time and be very deliberate about it. That would be the first thing I would say. I've already talked about the personal attributes, not just the technical attributes. That's also part of it. You need to spend time doing that, and getting the full background diligence around that side of things. The personal ambition of the player is part of it, and whether they're going to fit and do things when it's tough in December, not just in pre-season when it's nice and sunny. So those things are really, really important. And we know that we have to, as we've done from the time that I've been here, is we know we have to develop our own players. So our programme has to be good enough to what attributes we put in. If we can get the raw talent and attitude in, with we know we've got a programme that can help people develop into, the best that their talent decides. You've seen the amount of players that, young players that are now playing international rugby are away at the moment. Out of the 12, there's youngsters in there and people first caps on that we've been here, and that opens the way for others to make the same journey, because we will invest in our youngsters. We will spend time in developing our own. And that's how I believe we get the emotional connection that we're talking about. 18 players out, and currently only one or two in. So from that point of view, that's been difficult, just managing that change. But we're through that now, and we're starting to formulate where we know where we're going to be. So the exciting bit for our fans is that there's going to be some new faces, which is great, and they bring energy. So the first thing in recruitment is the requirement is they've got to be the right personality for the group and bring energy and a work ethic that that we treasure. So there's more of a personality standards and mood state stuff as much as their technical ability. We can assess whether people are technically good enough and do the job they're asked to do, but it's what they're going to contribute away from the pitch is as important, because one thing about professional sport is tough, and the resilience side and the personality side and the team first stuff is really, really important. So the challenge is always that is the grey area, that is the difficult bit to assess. So you have to do a lot of diligence around the personalities behind it, and fortunately, touch wood, we've not got too many of those wrong to date. But we want people that are actually want the opportunity and want to contribute, because ultimately that's what we're here to do: is perform well, enjoy ourselves performing well, and do what it takes to perform well. So it's much around performance and standards as it is just your technical ability.